Dun, da-da-da, ba-da-da-da-da, and action!
I should've told you so. I act like I didn't know. I light a flame, I burn a page and then bridges, babe. Too good it on the low. I know it's time to grow. The moon will change, illuminate, no permission, babe.
Oh, didn't see there. Hey, how's it going? Don't be nervous. You're supposed to relax and enjoy the show. Well, since you're here, my name is Kaelah. Hi. Howdy. I just wanted to come to my corner of the internet, to the tube, well, we're here, so we did it. I've been thinking about this for a couple of days now, just wanting to express myself in a different way than I usually do in video form. And it came to me the other day. I was like, let's do like a visual podcast, just a talk through and like visual journaling. And I'm like, yeah, let's do it. It makes me think of a content creator I watch. Her name is Micayla. She has 2 channels, EXO Micayla and Pretty Boy EXO. Very, very amazing content person. Go watch her. So I'm here to do kind of like, and another inspiration of mine is Trinity on YouTube. Chef's kiss, y'all. So yeah, so today I'm here to do my take on what's inspired me and what I've seen, and kind of just express what I've been feeling lately and thinking, and hopefully it helps. Hopefully you relate, or you can send it to someone who will relate as well, and we could just vibe, you know, just be human, but like through a phone, you know. We gotta do the best that we can, or TV. If you're watching on your TV, that's cool. So let's get into what I wrote today a little earlier. I kind of wanted to do like either like a bullet list or just like a poem that came to me, or just whatever exited my mind while I was sitting there in silence. So that's what I did earlier. Welcome to Visual Journal Volume 1. Solitude is not sabotage. Ding. Okay, let's dive into what I wrote today. Let's see what I think. I wrote, solitude is not sabotage. A lot of people take secluding yourself personally for whatever reason. Ego, they like to get involved a lot, so maybe. So with this first point, I feel like a lot of times growing up, I was looked at kind of weird, like by my family, like, oh my gosh, why is Kaelah in her room all the time? Oh my gosh. Or like at school, like people were like, oh my gosh, you really just stay to yourself. You're so quiet. You're so shy. Because I just like to be by myself, because most people are weird. And I just like my alone time. I feel like for me, being around a lot of energy and a lot of people at one time and just so often can be very draining when most of the energy is not in balance and like aligned for me personally. So I feel like whenever I would take the time to, you know, remove myself from a situation, or just on like a weekly or day-to-day basis, like, oh, okay, well, I'm just gonna be in my room chilling, listening to music, or drawing, or, you know, just doing my own thing, it was seen as like, oh, how dare you, like, because I can and I want to, like, this is how I rejuvenate, this is how I relax, this is how I see peace. Like, I like being by myself. Like, I enjoy my company, I make myself laugh, I find other things to make myself laugh, TV, movies, I listen to music, just like being by myself is just peaceful, you know? And I don't see anything wrong with that. But I find that a lot of times, especially when you are on a journey of finding yourself like over and over again, because I don't think it ever ends, I feel like some people who are not on a similar journey or don't want to be on a similar journey see you, what's the right word? Sometimes people view your seclusion as like a personal, not threat, but like a personal attack, or they're like, why are you doing that? That's weird. Like, why are you in your room by yourself? Why do you not want to come with us to go get drinks or do this or do that? It's like, I don't want to anymore. It's like, because I changed my mind, I'm allowed to do that, and so are you. Like, it's not a crime to seclude yourself, take time for yourself, and separate yourself. There's nothing wrong with that. So, also wanting to say, like, if you're in that mode right now where you're getting kind of like resistance from people around you, and you're taking that time to yourself to be like, you know what, I'm just really gonna focus on myself, and I'm gonna do what makes me happy, like on my own terms, on my own time, and you're feeling the negative kind of like backlash from other people, I just want to tell you, like, don't feel bad. If you feel like, you know, you need to like speak up and be like, hey, like, I'm just setting my boundaries, like, this is what I need to do for me to help, then do that. If you feel like it's coming from like a negative, weird place, like it's just like hateful energy, then just leave them alone, honestly. Because there's not enough time to be wasting it on people who choose to be negative. Like, it's definitely a choice. And if someone's consistently egging you on in a way that's like not helpful, like, why be around them, you know? So if you're going through a process of like leveling up, and you feel like you need to separate yourself from individuals more often, don't feel bad. Like, feel good about yourself that you're taking the time to do what's best for you. Like, that's a big deal, especially if you haven't done that for however long. So if you're going through that right now, like a space of solitude, like, feel proud and excited, honestly. Like, feel excited for like the next level you're about to unlock, because every time, like for myself personally, every time like I feel like it's like all bad, oh my gosh, the world is crumbling beneath my feet, but whenever I come back out, like, I have learned more, I feel better, more confident. It's like I never have regretted those hard times, you know what I'm saying? After the struggle, there's the beauty that comes out of it, you know? After the rain, the sun comes out again, the rainbow sometimes shows up, you know what I'm saying? Like, you never know how good it's gonna be afterwards. And it's like, just work through it, like, feel what you feel and give yourself that time. And that seclusion and that solitude will give you like more clarity as well for what's going on and what can come. So don't feel bad for separating yourself. Just know that honoring yourself is very special and sacred, and you deserve to do that. Yeah. Okay. Next point. Let's see. Ooh, this one's kind of deep, y'all. It said, I've come to realize that I sometimes felt that solitude was a punishment, as if I was an outsider, unwanted. I can't wait to see how that looked on camera. My eyes bulging out of my head. Yeah, like, I feel like when I was writing this, I was coming to that conclusion. I was actualizing it as the moment was happening, because I remember, you know, being younger, like a teenager, feeling like, oh my gosh, like, I'm gonna be forever alone, like, based on like romantic relationships, like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna be alone forever, F love, F feelings, like, I hate that I feel so much, like, I'm just better off alone. Like, it felt like torture sometimes, like, you know, as much as I do love my own energy and company, a lot of the times I felt like, oh my God, like, is this it? Like, is this for real? Like, is it just gonna be me for real? Like, the total opposite end of the spectrum of like, shit, what is happening? Like, is this a punishment? Like, did I do something wrong? Like, what's going on? But honestly, a lot of the times when, at least for me, and maybe in a general sense too, but a lot of the times when we feel alone, like for a long time, I feel like it's because we're not around the right people, you know? And that's not to say that everyone in your life is bad, terrible, if you feel like that, but it's like, pay attention, like, how do they make you feel? What do they say? How do they act around you? Do they respect your boundaries? Do they push and like try you all the time? In that sense, it's like, whoa, like, I'm really alone in this world. Like, this is crazy, and like, this is devastating and heartbreaking. Like, even saying that right now, I'm like feeling it in my heart, like, whoa. It's very devastating, because it's like, is this really it for me? Like, is this it for real? And sometimes I feel like, oh my God, like, what did I do? Like, I would point the finger back at me, and it's like, am I the shitty person? And guaranteed, I was not. I mean, I was a child, but a teenager, young adult, whatever. I have not made the best decisions. I have not been the best person on walking on this planet Earth. Trust me. So that's not to say that, oh, I'm just perfect Miss Goody Gumdrops angel. Like, no, 100% no. Like, never will be, never was. Like, I'm human, and I'm always learning, and I'm never gonna be 100% perfect, like, never. But I'm saying that to say, like, I felt like I was at fault all the time sometimes, and that's really hard to feel like that and feel like you can't tell anyone why, or even tell them that, period. So yeah, I feel like whenever I wrote that out today, I don't think I ever really actualized that experience or feeling. So I'm glad that I got it out. And if you're feeling like that right now, realize it, feel it, and if you do have someone that you can talk to, like, and you can trust them, like, really reach out to them, like, if you feel called to, or whatever you need to do. Like, you can write about it, make art about it, go to the gym. Like, there's so many different, like, healthy outlets that you can do. So find whatever works for you, you know? Go to therapy. Like, I tried therapy last year again, as like an adult, and it was really nice, because it's nice speaking with someone who, like, knows what you're saying and can give you, like, a helpful guided conversation and, like, tools. So if you do therapy, girl, do therapy as well. But yeah, if you're feeling like you're being punished right now, like, you're not. Life is just really crazy. And some of the, like, most, like, beautiful lessons come through, like, the hardest times. So if you're going through a hard time right now, it's not the end, it's not forever. One of my, like, affirmations I used to say was, I am making the most out of temporary situations for solid foundations. Girl, that got me through it. So if you need an affirmation, there's one for you right there. Okay, next one, let's see. Yeah, okay. Being alone can be the greatest gift. Feeling alone is a different story. Yeah, I think I probably touched on this a little bit when I first started speaking about these in the beginning. But yeah, it's like there can be, you know, two completely opposite extremities of the bigger picture of alone, or like solitude. Like, I'm saying like so many times. But yeah, it's like one day I could feel like the other day I was like, oh my God, I'm alone. I'm, you know, like by myself. But it's like, next day I'm like, oh my gosh, I feel so good. Like I have my own space and I just feel so alive. And oh my gosh, look at the trees, look at the sky, look at, ooh, like, you know what I'm saying? So like, and it doesn't stay, at least for me, it doesn't stay consistent of me being like, oh yes, I love life every day. Like, no, it doesn't. I feel like I can switch back and forth between being like, oh my gosh, I'm so glad to be in my own space right now. I'm appreciative of this. I feel so protected and loved and like guided to be here. Like I love it, I love it. And some days I'm like, girl, what the fuck? Like, there's no one here with me right now. Like, oh, like, where's my boo? Like, where are my friends? Where's my family? Blah. But it's like, you could literally just call them or text them, FaceTime them. You could tell them that you feel sad or blah, 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 blah. Or not even sad, but just like, hey, like, I just want to talk to you. Hey, miss you, love you. Like, literally that simple. And that's another thing. I feel like sometimes we overcomplicate things and overthink things. So I know I do. I have to think every scenario. And I feel like that's very much survival mode, very much if this goes wrong, what am I gonna do? And I'm trying to be a little more conscious of that now, to just be like, appreciate the moment, you're safe, you're loved, you're good, like you're here, so you're good, you're alive, so you're good. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it doesn't have to be super complicated on how to like work through your feelings. And sometimes it is. I mean, I'm not gonna say I can like switch it on and off because I'm not a robot. I'm a human being with real feelings and emotions and trauma and, you know, all of these things. So things are gonna trigger me and I'm gonna, you know, I might think a certain way or feel a certain way for a little while or kind of like spiral a little bit, because I mean, I have plenty of mental health issues of my own, and that's another addition to, you know, operating on the daily life. And instead of fighting that and like, you know, being hard on myself for who I am and how I operate, like I'm like, you know what, it's okay, that happened, this is now, feel that, realize that you're loved. Like sometimes I literally like give myself a hug, like just sit there, breathe, tell myself that I'm good, I'm safe, like literally whatever you need to do that's like healthy and safe and good for you and makes sense for you. It doesn't have to make sense for anyone else. Literally, it doesn't have to make any sense for anyone else. Literally. So like if you're feeling sad or alone, like think, okay, like what makes me happy, what makes me feel good? Like I turn on Steven Universe or Summer Camp Island, or like an old movie that's like very like nostalgic so I can like feel good, or listen to music, whatever makes you feel good and you're feeling sad, do that instead of wallowing in that. Like it is good to, I wouldn't recommend like completely suppressing your feelings, but I would say like feel it, like let it flow through you, maybe write it out, call somebody, and then after you feel it, you're like, okay, now what can I do to feel better? Like do my makeup, go out and grab some coffee, go out and grab some dinner by myself, go out with a friend, like whatever you need to do, girl, do it, because you deserve to feel better, because life is crazy and we gotta do what we gotta do to feel better, as long as it's safe and healthy. I'm gonna keep saying that. Okay, let's see. Ooh, this is a good one. Like I feel like I kind of channeled this, I channeled this message, a download, so you say. So I wrote, it's never personal except for you. Ooh, let that simmer, let that marinate. So this goes back to the point of sometimes people taking solitude, and you separating yourself personal. Because a lot of times when you go into solitude, or life kind of forces you, pushes you into solitude, it's because you need to level up. It's time for that next step in ascension. Like, if you, no matter if you're like how spiritual you are or are not, it's very real. I definitely know from experience. It's like every time I'm forced or like pushed into being alone or like pushed into like a new situation, it's like it's game time. It's like, all right, let's feel the feelings. It's like a freaking like crash course. It's like, okay, Kaelah, you are done in the situation. You're moving on to this now. All right, you ready? All right, let's go. Okay, you're here now. All right, feel these feelings. Okay, yeah, you feel it. Okay, process them. Process them. Oh, you got it? Okay, move on. Oh, wait, what lesson did you learn? Oh, perfect, you got it. Okay, great. Now, let's apply those lessons. Oh, and remember the lessons you learned last year and a few months ago? Don't forget those. Oh, because if you do forget those, we're going to test you. And make sure you listen to your intuition, because if you don't, it could be bad for you. So it's like literally, no lie, y'all, going through it. Life, yeah. So it's like, it's never personal to other people, but it's personal for you. It's personal for you because this has to happen for you to grow and expand and learn and be introspective and figure your stuff out so you can move in the world how you need to and what's best for you and like everyone that you come across. So yeah, it's never personal. Wait, what is it? It's never personal except for you. And that's what it is. Yeah. Let's see. What's next? What? Okay. Let's see. Girl, what am I writing? Okay, here goes. A lot of times, solitude is brought upon us for further growth, reflection, and peace. A lot of times, the only place we can regenerate is by and amongst ourselves. Facts. Because how am I supposed to focus on reflection and thinking? Just literal, the easiest sense of thinking clearly and processing clearly. If I'm in a house full of, I don't know, 5 roommates or something, somebody's watching TV, somebody's playing video games, somebody's dancing to music in the other room, like, so you're telling me I'm supposed to focus on the next step and get some clarity in that environment? And it doesn't even have to be literally like that. It could just be you have the wrong people in your life right now and they're just in your ear like, do this, oh, don't do that. It's like any distraction like needs to go, literally. Your phone, that's a problem for me too. Like, girl, I was trying to be productive the other day. I was on my phone all day. And I was like, damn, you know? But it's like, okay, tomorrow I'm not doing that. And tomorrow I didn't do that. So it's a process, and it's never gonna be, 100% accurate because we're flawed. Well, I don't want to say that. That sounds kind of weird. We are human beings with a lot of distractions. Girl, like, whenever I was younger, I didn't have a phone until, what was that, 8th grade? I want to say like 7th or 8th grade. I don't remember exactly. I didn't have a phone until middle school. And I was always outside, always with my friends, at school, or at dance, like, doing homework. The only like distraction I had was like TV. And now it's our phone, it's all these separate apps. You can text someone and be like, oh, come through, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, there's so many distractions now. So it's like, what did I say? Yeah, so like I was saying in the previous point, solitude is brought upon us for further growth, reflection, and peace. Because when you can really sit with yourself and reflect and process everything that you're going through, went through, or are about to go through, everything that you're contemplating, you can really look within and be like, okay, why am I feeling like this? why did this happen? What do I want to do next? You can really break everything down and build it back up so much easier by yourself. And that's like the power of solitude. You can sit back and be like, I don't want to do that anymore, or ooh, I'm gonna go in that direction because that seems cool. Like, I really like that. I'm excited to try that. Like me right now, like I didn't know what specific path I was gonna take to like, or what format I was gonna take to make this video, but here I am sitting here making it. Like, you know what I mean? Like, this is new for me and I'm like excited. I was nervous. I don't really feel nervous anymore right now because I'm just doing it and I'm excited to do it. I'm happy to do it. I'm happy to be here. Cute. But yeah, and it says a lot of times the only piece we can, girl, what? Sometimes my handwriting gets a little wonky. A lot of times the only place we can regenerate is by or amongst ourselves. Yeah, like I just got a visual, like, so you're telling me, I mean, if I take a nap, I'm the only one who's gonna feel that rest, right? No one else is gonna feel that. That's a good analogy. Wow, okay, thank you. But yeah, it's like, if I go to sleep at 10 p.m. instead of 4, I'm the only one who's gonna feel that difference. Not my neighbor, not my friend, not my sister, like, you know what I'm saying? No one else is gonna, that's not gonna affect anyone else. Literally. Like, wow, okay, visual. Yeah. The only place we can regenerate is by ourselves. Okay. I have nothing else to say for that point. Let's move on to the next ones. Okay, I think this is like pretty much wrapping it up. Let's see. Oh, this was kind of piggybacking off the last one, I think. And then, yeah, okay, so let me start back. A lot of times the only place we can regenerate is by and amongst ourselves. Even then, we are never alone. True. Our spirits guided us, angels walked beside us. We're never alone spiritually, even if we appear to be physically. Our protection makes itself known just by being here, safe. Like, what? Because literally the fact that I'm alive and here today, speaking, breathing, looking at this camera is a blessing. Like, you know what I'm saying? Just the fact that I'm here talking and you're listening is like so fucking cool to me. Like, sometimes I sit back and think about the concept of, like, you know, the people that we meet, our friends, family, our favorite, like, artists, musicians, authors, like, the fact that we are, like, filmmakers, the fact that we are all here at the same time, at the same place, like, in this lifetime together is so freaking cool. Like, are you kidding me? That's kind of, like, a little off topic, but a little spacey, but, like, you know what I mean? Like, the fact that we are here just proves that, like, we're not alone. Like, literally. Literally not alone. But even if you feel alone in your immediate circle, like, girl, the internet is here right now. You're on it right now. Like, that's a beautiful thing about the internet, although it can be kind of shitty for a lot of reasons. It does connect you to people all over the freaking globe. Like, are you kidding me? That is so powerful. Like, as long as you're being yourself as much as you can be right now, you're gonna find people who, like, rock with you. Like, for real. Rock with you? Yeah. I barely say that, but that just came out. Okay. But yeah, you're gonna find people who connect with you because you're being yourself, you know? I mean, I'm sure that you watching this right now clicked on this video because you're like, oh, that's cool, I want to see what they're talking about, or oh my gosh, I thought about that too, like, you know, or I don't know why, but you're here, so it's cool. But yeah, but I just keep looking back at that last line. It's like, our protection makes itself known just by us being here. Like, the fact that we made it this far, like, we're protected in our own way. Like, even if sometimes, you know, because I know I get anxious and I have anxiety pretty much day to day, but I have to like talk to myself and like, okay, you're okay, like you're safe, you're good. Like I say a prayer, take a moment, take a breath, and I'm good. Like, because I know I'm good. It's just past things and just general world things can kind of block the truth. But all in all, it's like I know and I feel like that I'm protected. And if you're here now, I feel like you probably feel the same way, assuming. But yeah, I just think it's a beautiful thing to really be connected to yourself, and then be connected to like the angels and ancestors and God, whoever you believe in, whoever you connect with. It's really a beautiful thing to realize and know and feel and trust that they're with you. Like, girl, just because you can't see them, maybe you can see them, doesn't mean they're not here with you right now, doesn't mean they're not helping you. A lot of the times when I felt like down or doubtful or just unsure, I would feel like just, what's the word I'm looking for? I think it starts with a G. Where'd you go, word? Not grace, but like encouragement. G? I don't know. But maybe it was grace. Maybe grace was trying to come through. But I would feel encouraged like by like my ancestors and angels, like, girl, you got it. You're good. We got you. Like, keep walking. Like, we're right beside you. So just that alone, which is a big deal, just knowing that you're good, like, you can make it through the day, you can make it through your life. Trust me, because definitely after, securing a connection with, who watches over me and protects me and helps me, has helped me realize and know that a lot of things that happened was for like to learn a lesson. I feel like if I knew everything, I wouldn't be here on earth, Why would I come here? I was gonna say, why would I come back here if I knew it all? Because what would be the point? So you're telling me I came back here and I know, like, that would be like me coming here and I just knew everything. It's just like, oh yeah, do this, do that. Like, I'm trying to say, like, what would be the point of being here right now if I didn't have something to learn? I feel like that's the whole point of being here, besides, not the whole point, but one of the points. Like, to be here to learn, to grow, to apply what you learn, so you can keep leveling up as a person and help the people around you. And yeah, if I knew everything, I wouldn't be here right now. So there's obviously something that I needed to learn here. So I'm doing my best. I'm doing my best to learn and like keep, stepping out of my comfort zone and keep trying new things and setting my boundaries and honoring myself, like even little ways. It doesn't have to be like a grand gesture. It could just be saying, no, I don't want to do that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Or another day. It could be so little. It could be as simple as asking for something, because usually you're afraid to ask for things. That's a big one for me. That's a big one for me. And just like doing it over and over again until you don't care anymore. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, being here is just like magical, honestly. When I forget about all the bullshit and all the fake shit and all the facades and smoke and mirrors, like I'm like, whoa, like being here is so beautiful, like, because we're just spiritual beings having human experiences here. That sounds so generic when I said that, but yeah, it's like I want to enjoy it as much as I can while I'm here. Like, who cares? I'm tired of being afraid of like being like cringy or looked at as whatever, being perceived as blah blah blah. It's like, who cares? Like, I don't want to be 87 and like, oh my gosh, you should have made that YouTube video. Like, you know what I mean? Like, what? Like, I love this shit. Like, I love the internet, I love social media, I love technology, I love connecting with people, I love expressing myself. So why not? Why not? Because I'm having fun, girl. I don't know about you, but me, oh, I'ma turn up. Woo! But that's basically it, y'all. Oh yeah, and then I wrote love Kaelah. Cute. Let's see, closing thoughts. Well, thank you for being here. I really appreciate you watching, because that's really cool of you. Like, you're cool. Yeah. It's true. Yeah, but you knew that. But seriously though, I feel like really inspired right now, and I feel really abundant. Is that a feeling to have? I feel hopeful. Yeah, I feel hopeful, and I'm excited to embark on this new journey of visual journaling, and I'm excited for you to come along for the ride. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this first session, really, of visual journaling with me, Kaelah, Sabri. You could just call me Kaelah. So yeah, until next time, stay smart as you are. Be kind to yourself and others who deserve it. And love yourself because you deserve to. Okay, see ya.
Don't you call me